Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weeknights. I am JD, aka He Who Pods. Glasses on today, so also rear view mirror.
And I'm Dash, aka Dashing D, aka the real king of R&B, aka I'm not a cool grandma today, okay? At least for one of our topics, I'm not. But we'll get to it. We will
Okay.
get to it.
All right. Got it. All right, let's get this show started. All right. So it's impossible not to know by now,
Mm-hmm.
but Shannon Sharpe is being sued for SA.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a post here from the Shade Room. Uh, and I'm just going to read what the caption says, and then I'll read what the screen says.
Mm-hmm.
It says Shannon Sharpe announces he's stepping down from his position at ESPN after being hit with a $50 million SA lawsuit. They don't say SA. I'm saying SA because of YouTube. And all
Mm-hmm.
the rules, damn it. As previously reported, a young woman under the pseudonym Jane Doe is accusing Sharpe of R word, A word, SA, and more in a new lawsuit. She got the whole alphabet in here, okay, folks? She's demanding $50 million in damages, alleging that Sharpe recorded their hanky panky encounters without her knowledge and engaged in unprotected, hanky panky with her, despite her efforts to get him to stop or wear a hat. Not that kind of hat like my co host, the kind of hat you wear in the bedroom. Since news of the lawsuit broke, the plaintiff's attorney, Tony Busby, has released two audio recordings alleged conversations between the plaintiff and Sharpe. In the recording, a man's voice can be heard saying that he planned to. Oh, I can't read that on YouTube. Y'all can look it up. Sharpe and his legal team maintain that the lawsuit is an attempt at a shakedown. That's the caption. Now to Shannon Sharpe's words here himself. Shannon Sharpe says, "My statement is found here, and this is the truth. The relationship in question was 100% consensual. At this juncture, I am electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. I will be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. I sincerely appreciate the overwhelming and ongoing support I have received from my family, fans, friends, and colleagues." Shannon Sharpe. There it is, folks. That is the news as we have come to deliver it. Look up, Marlon. Say cheese.
I was actually trying to figure out when NFL preseason is. That's that's why I was looking at my phone, but um I was just curious. He seems pretty he sounded pretty sure of that timeline. So I was just curious uh, what what kind of timeline we're really talking about here. Although I don't think that that's really for him to decide. Um,
It's probably what him and ESPN have put on paper as like a pending return.
mm. Has preseason started already?
No.
Or is this an old. Oh, this is
No,
from 20.
preseason has not started.
So
Preseason
preseason
usually
started somewhere like
starts
August, September? September?
August.
Okay.
August.
And we're now in April, so he's expecting to be back 4 months time, just
It's
about.
probably what him and ESPN feel is enough time to deal with the situation.
Right. Um. Well, whenever one of these things come up, it's always an unfortunate moment. I think maybe, from what I could tell, like this story has been exploding, like from
Yep.
one day to the next. It's more information coming out by the day. So I think he's right in saying that it's disruptive. So them having to reassess his role on ESPN right now makes sense, I think.
Yep.
I
I
mean,
agree.
very much so how, it doesn't have to be this sort of situation, but remember when TJ Holmes and what was the lady's name? I don't even remember the lady's name. But similar
That
situation where
that Good Morning America stuff.
the Good Morning America stuff happened. It was just like these people are on TV every day.
Right.
And it was becoming distracting. That was the only thing that people could think about.
Right.
So I totally understand. And actually, same umbrella, both under Disney. So,
Oh yeah,
um,
it was not said in that post, but Disney is supposed to be doing some sort of investigation. I saw something
right.
posted about that as well.
Yeah. So, it's probably best that he takes some time away while all of this is happening so that, ESPN can get back to their day to day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see how it all plays out. But those are my thoughts.
As far as him stepping down from ESPN for now, probably the smarter move on his part. Whether it was forced or not, we don't know. Um,
Hmm.
he's saying electing to, but that could just be PR wording stuff.
Hmm.
But it is probably the smarter move for him, so he could deal with the things he needs to deal with and not be um, scrutinized, criticized, uh, ostracized, oldicized while he's on TV every day. Um, I could also imagine that it would be challenging to be on TV regularly discussing certain topics while this is
Hmm.
going on. Um,
Absolutely.
I'm curious what's going to happen with Nightcap, what's going to happen with Club Shay Shay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Me
anything
too.
about those things yet. I am curious about that. Very curious why the woman chose Tony Busby as her attorney after what just happened with Jay Z and Diddy.
Hmm.
But that's neither here nor there. That's just my brain. Not who I would
It's
have
a good
chose at this
question.
moment. Yeah, not who I would have chose at this moment. Um,
Yeah. No. Neither would I.
yeah. But I don't want to talk too much about the legalities. We already said off pod, we're not going to get too much into that. We're just going to talk about what's going on. So, yeah, that's what's going on. There's a 13-page uh, lawsuit filed. It's out there. People are breaking it down and reading it and whatnot. Shannon Sharpe has also responded multiple times. He's also leaked text messages, quote unquote. He has challenged the audio, which you could tell is very edited without really trying to figure out if it's edited or not. There's a lot of weird stuff surrounding this case already, and this case has only existed for a few days. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know what's going on. Uh, it doesn't look good for either one of them, in my opinion. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I think you're right about that.
yep,
Yeah. So I guess we'll see what happens. I am very curious about what happens with Club Shay Shay. More so than Nightcap, because Nightcap does have another host. So I think that's probably an easier, if they needed to pivot,
uh,
it's probably easier to pivot with something like that than something he does himself solo, you know. Also, Club Shay Shay is an interview based show.
yep,
And if people are not wanting their names to be associated with something like this, he may start to see some challenges booking interviews.
Yep. That's why I said I'm curious.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. I'm right there with you. I don't, I guess we'll see what happens.
In other news, the Oscars are switching stuff up. This here is from Deadline. It says the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences on Monday announced rules and campaign regulations for the upcoming 98th Oscars, which would be held March 15th of 2026. Chief among the changes is a new procedural demand that voters must now watch all nominated films in each category in order to be eligible to vote in the final round. How they expect members to prove they have watched is not spelled out in the AMPAS release today, but this is a key change in the rules that never laid it out quite like this before. So there's that. It says for consideration in the Best Picture category, films released from January 1st, 2025 to June 30th, 2025 must have shown proof of submission for the Producers Guild of America mark certification or awards only determination no later than September 10th, 2025. Films released from July 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025 must have shown proof of submission to the PGA no later than November 13th, 2025. This is another rule change. They're making things clear for those of us who are always curious about how the hell does this work in the first place. They heard our questions.
They
Okay?
did.
Then it says, with regard to generative artificial intelligence and other digital tools used in the making of the film, the tools neither help nor harm the chances of achieving a nomination. The Academy and each branch will judge the achievement, taking into account the degree of which a human was at the heart of the creative authorship when choosing which movie to award. That's big.
Yep.
So these are some of the rules that are being changed. These are the ones that are being highlighted. I think that AI thing is really interesting, but I like that they said they're going to consider how much of a human being was involved in the creation of this thing. I think that's good. Hopefully that keeps it a human-centered award.
Yeah.
But it does make me want to ask a question, though.
Ask it.
How long till you think a completely AI film wins an Oscar?
Not very long.
Yeah, me either.
Because you
I'm
know what's going
going
to
to say in the
happen?
next 5 years.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen? Someone's going to put it out. They're just going to, I know this isn't going to get considered. It's going to be that whole song and dance. And
Yep.
then people are going to be like, this is the best film. What was I talking about? What was
Or
the last awards that we talked about? And I said, man, whenever you watch, it might have been the Oscars. Whenever you watch the Oscars whenever you watch the red carpet and they're talking to the actors and they're like, I just had to be a part of this film. This was the best thing I've ever read. This was the most beautiful piece of work. He is just such an amazing director, just an amazing man. I think it's going to be. I think people are going to love on it just like that. And there's going to be this undeniable. Someone has to make the film, right? Someone has to make the film.
right, air
Someone
quotes.
someone has to spearhead this and do and have it do a good job. I don't even know how to say it the right
Right,
way, but and have it be recognized. And I think that's all you need. You just need
right,
one where people are like, "Oh, this is incredible." And
right.
then that's it. That's it. AI
I
is
can see
is
that.
is is back on the roster. Yeah.
I can see that. I can also see someone not saying it had AI, winning
Well,
the award, and then being like, It was me, an editor, and AI, and I didn't want to tell nobody. I just wanted to see what could happen. And now, yes, ladies and gentlemen, AI has won its first award, and I'm privileged to be a part of it and be all, gun ho about it.
I
I can
totally see that.
totally see that.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah,
Definitely. I
yeah,
can see that.
yeah. But I think these are interesting rule changes.
Yeah.
Um, I'm glad they are setting clear boundaries and clear rules about when things need to be submitted
Hmm.
to their submission process so people can be considered or not considered. I think that's good that we have clear rules now because, man, it'd be a mess sometimes. And I
Yeah.
know there have also been creatives who have said like, "Hey, we tried to submit, we didn't even know when was the deadline, and now they're saying we missed it." And so it creates
Right.
this weird thing because the next time that it comes around, you kind of nobody even remembers that film.
Yeah.
You at the tail end of one, that means you kind of might have missed the mark on the next one. So I think these are great. These are great changes. I like more so that they are announced to the public, so we don't have to sit up there and ask next
Yeah.
year. Hey, but how this film got in there?
Right.
Tell me how this is possible.
Right.
Now we know these are the rules, and so does the anyone involved in filmmaking. The Academy has set up their rules, so I think this is good that we have these things readily available to us.
Yeah. And I love that people have to watch the films, all of them. I don't understand how you vote if you haven't seen them. I don't even that shouldn't even be possible. This should have been the rule from the start. No. And now I know that there was a question when you were when you were reading that about how to track something like that. There are systems that can do this. Um I was just thinking about this is not the same thing. But if at work they send you a platform that can track whether you did some sort of compliance assignment, then surely they could track if you watched a film or not. They just have to use the right platform. Those things exist. So, when they send you harassment training at work or something like that, everybody's favorite, right?
Uh,
Because now everything is virtual. When they send you those things and you click on it, but it doesn't, unless you actually go through the course, you don't get that completion confirmation. Now, I'm not going to give away my secrets because I would like to keep my job. But what I will say is that sure, there are workarounds. Surely
oh
there are
my god!
workarounds to these things, okay? But they're getting smarter because some of them now will not play. Kind of like YouTube, will not play if you if you go to a different window or something like that. That's why I'm saying I think the technology exists. They
Sure.
just and it's Hollywood. I'm sure they're very much prepared for something like that, or
But
at
who
least know
says
where to
that?
go to get
Who
that
says the
information.
members are going to follow any of that?
Well, that's the other thing because there is a world where people don't follow it and then they vote anyway. And then you got to count the votes because now you don't have enough votes to not count them.
Well, that's what I'm about to say. Or you just don't have enough votes, and it'd be seven of y'all voting for everything.
Right. Because that's the other thing too. People could just be like, I respectfully decline. Thank you for sending me
Right.
my information and my little box with whatever I need, but I don't want this.
Right.
I don't want to be a part. Yeah, that's possible too.
That's it.
Well, oh, you were gonna say something.
No, I said that's it.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Well, let's move on. Let's do. I know we don't have a lot of time, but let's. I don't have much to say here because I'm old.
Well, I would first like to say congratulations to young Doug. He has not only dropped some music, but he got a video, and
Hmm. There's an
he
album
tapped
coming
his
out.
boy. He tapped his boy Future, and they put out a song and a video. So
Yeah.
I just want to say congratulations to young Doug. The song is called Money on
Congratulations.
Top of Money, if I'm correct.
Money on money.
Oh, Money on Money. My bad. Yeah, Money on Money. Young Thug featuring Future. And so I just want to say congratulations to Young Thug on his first release since he was released
Absolutely.
from prison. And or rather since he beat his case, however you want to word it. Tomato tomato to me.
Hmm.
And that's all I got. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yep. Congratulations to him. Um, if his name is Young Thug, then my name is Old Thug. And I just cause I can see what you're doing right now. You're gonna send me the song, and then I ask you if we talking about it on the pod, and then you come up here with this diplomacy. So I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it because you're shady. Okay? You are
You want
so
me to be
shady
honest?
with
I'll
your
be
music.
honest. I don't care. You want me to
I know you
talk?
don't.
I'll talk. Listen, this ain't for me.
Nah, cause what you tried to do just now, you deserve to
Reason
be
it.
called out for that.
Reason it.
You
All right,
really
hold me
thought.
accountable. Go ahead,
You
hold me
really
accountable.
thought. You
That's
really
what
thought that
co-hosts are for.
you really thought that you was gonna come up here and congratulate him and then move on because we only have 3 more minutes to go. No,
Try
sir.
to,
I'm gonna tell you what
try
I
to
thought.
try to hurry it up. You know. Listen,
To
I
grab
don't
my
listen
mic.
to Young Thug. I don't listen to Young Thug. I don't listen to Future. This ain't for me. To me, the best part was when the beat changed and it sounded like a whole new song started. That's it. I don't listen to
I didn't even
rappers.
like that.
I don't listen to people who sing slash rap with auto tune. That's not my bag. That's not my genre. That's not my crew. I'm just happy for Young Thug, but I'm not listening to this. I heard it once. I'm not gonna listen to it again. And it's not because it's bad. That's just not the kind of music I like. That's all.
Oh, I thought it was bad, and people will come in the comments and tell me that they didn't think it was bad, and
But
that's fine.
but
That's your opinion.
because I don't listen to this type of music, I don't like auto tune rappers slash singers. I don't think I get a vote. That's my honest opinion. Like,
That's
I'm
fine.
probably not gonna like it anyway, even if it's the best one they put out. So that's why I say like it's not for me because none of that genre is for me.
The only Future album I've ever listened to is the one with Drake, so I don't think that counts. Also, I've listened to Young Thug, but I don't think I've ever listened to a full album. I did like what Young Thug was doing in the days of yesteryear. I this both Young Thug and I have changed as far as I'm concerned, and that's fine. I've probably changed far more than he has, and that's also fine. Um, and then I listened to it the first time, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't think so. And then I said, well, let me listen to it and pull up the lyrics at the same time because I want to like really understand what he's saying. And then I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Call me a grandma. I don't care. Absolutely not.
Okay,
Absolutely not. No.
got it,
No and no.
got it. Okay, there you go.
They can keep it.
Okay, got it. Old Thug has spoken.
Please keep it. Please, y'all. Whatever y'all want to do. I'm sure Atlanta is excited. And they should be. Two of their greats. But I don't go to the club. Um, I go outside, but I go to nice places. Um, I just
What kind of places this is gonna play at? Not nice places.
not not the places I'm gonna go to. And that's fine. That's okay. That might make me not so fun, and that's fine too. I think that's what I'm trying to say here. I think this is a little bit
Yeah,
too much for me.
got it.
Like between this whole and that whatever and that and I did you hear what they were saying?
I did.
I was like, ooh. And don't get me wrong, I listen to a lot of stuff that probably worse than this, or I was just like, I was clenching my pearls. I was just like, anyway, That's what I thought of it.
Got it.
And thank you for giving your opinion after you were not going to.
Thank you for holding me accountable, co-host.
Of course, I got you. I got you. And I expect you to do the same.
Sure.
I do. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Weeknights. We expect to see you here on Monday.
What? All right. Good night. We expect to see you here on Monday. Is that what it is? Making
Just,
demands.
I'm just making jokes. That's all. Because you said,
That was good
you
though.
expect me to also hold you accountable. So,
Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I didn't catch it.
but it's
That's an
okay. It's not a good joke
yeah.
if it got to be explained. So it's
You're
okay. No
right.
worries.
It
But
wasn't your
anyway,
best.
we
You
out
got
of here.
better.
Enjoy your weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we'll see y'all on Monday. Who knows?
I don't know. Bye.